We were right on our prediction of this market correction. We are now down 5%. It is likely to get a lot worse before it does get better. But why is AMC down 11%? That is what you guys are probably wondering. And we're going to provide some clarity as to why this is happening and what to expect going forward, because the timeline, the game plan that I've been laying out still has not changed. This will benefit AMC in the longer run. So let's get into that information, as well as just why the market is selling off, how much AMC is potentially being shorted today, and much more. So let's get straight into this video. And the first thing you guys got to know, yes, AMC is down 11.65% as we do currently speak. It looks very bad, and there is two simple solutions to this, or reasonings why we are selling off like this. Obviously, some apes may be selling, some long institutions may be selling. That is one thing. I don't think apes are that easily influenced and just going to pay per hand because we're down 11%. That is something we have seen many times in the past, and apes have continued to hold their conviction and hold the stock. So that is pretty much out the window in my opinion. The other thing is institutions, hedge funds, are possibly liquidating their long positions, or the most likely situation is shorting AMC just because how vulnerable it is. And this really comes down to how hard does the overall market continue to sell off. We are now down 5%, down 3.20% on the NASDAQ. The Dow, the rush to safety, down 2.58%. These are massive drops, like massive drops. Some of you guys may have never seen a drop this hard. The Russell 2000 down 3.30%. Now, this is not necessarily margin call levels for a lot of these hedge funds and institutions, especially if you just consider, let's say these hedge funds have the S&P 500 index. They're only down 2.63% today. That's not necessarily going to give them a margin call. Now, if we continue to sell off, let's say 10 to 15%, that's where you start to get the most over leveraged hedge funds that have to do something about their short positions for one, but also their riskiest positions, likely all of their short positions. That's where you're going to see this liquidity start to dry up. You're going to start to see the smaller hedge funds start to cover, but it's hard to tell how many apes are possibly selling out. A lot of people may not have their emotions in check and honestly know what to do watching their portfolios go down 11%, especially if you're all in AMC. It can be quite scary. But the one thing you guys got to remember is that the shorts have not covered. There is still 95.34 million shares that do need to be covered. So the situation has, quite frankly, not changed. It's actually got more bullish, in my opinion, because we are able to collect more shares. But we are also seeing the share utilization has went up a lot just since, a couple days ago at about 88%, now at 91.64%. So there's less shares available to be sold short. We're not seeing the free flow on loan going up, which is surprising. I'll be watching out for that. And we're not seeing the short interest move up at all. But likely you're seeing a couple percentage points of the overall float being sold short into the market. So I do expect, obviously, the short interest to approach about 20 to 21%, and that is my opinion yet again. I have no idea why the free flow on loan is not going up. That would suggest this claim a little bit more, but the share utilization going up, like I said, means there is less shares available to be sold short. And obviously, why would you not sell your shares short at this current moment if you're somebody that was actively involved in doing so over the past weeks or months? If the stock is starting to go down, it just doesn't make a lot of sense. So I do think the short interest is going to go up, likely to about 20%. But I really want you guys to realize the situation of what is going on. It is going to take 2 to 5 days to meet any kind of margin call for the hedge funds and institutions. So initially, you're going to see this big sell-off. Probably most of the AMC sell-off is probably going to be done today, just because how big of a hit they have took today. Down, where are we at right now? Down 12.15%. But you're likely to see those margin calls kick in about 2 to 5 days if the overall market does continue to come down. And we're not seeing any bounces today. It's literally continuously going down. And this is only Monday. We had a down Friday, now a very significant down Monday. So we are likely to continue, like I always talk about, the trading algorithms, they are programmed to sell stocks at certain moments. If we do come back here, look at the S&P 500. The first one was right here at this 50-day moving average. You guys can see exactly what happened. Look, we gapped straight down under that. And then now we are actually under the 100-day moving average too. So it's not looking too good as far as, a bounce back in the near term future. So it's looking like we're going to continue to sell off. But what is this all stemming from? It is the Evergrande debt situation. They have 84 million in dollar bond interest due September 23rd. So that is on Thursday. If they do default, they are going to scare the markets. This is something I've been talking about for a very long time. It's not necessarily the dollar amount. They do have 300 billion in liabilities, and analysts are calling this the Lehman Brothers situation for China because, $300 billion of liabilities. Lehman Brothers had $600 billion of liabilities, and they kickstarted the whole global financial crisis. So anyways, it's not really the dollar amount. It is the fear level this instills. Like Warren Buffett always says, be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. So this is just instilling a lot of fear. It's going to make a lot of investors question the global financial markets in a whole. Three other things investors are very concerned about is the potential for America to default on its debts. That is the debt ceiling. America will run out of money in October, but Congress is likely to kick the can down the road or potentially have Janet Yellen or the Fed print a $1 trillion coin. That is something that has been talked about widely over the internet. So that is all possibilities to kick the can further down the road, but still something investors are keeping a close eye on. Now, we do have Jerome Powell's 2-day meeting later on this week. That is an even bigger concern. A lot of people are calling for him to start tapering on the bond purchases, and the European Central Bank has already started bond tapering. So this is definitely on the table. This is part of his timeline by the end of this year or the beginning of next year. So I do expect him to somewhat taper. I think it's going to be some more of a soft landing. I don't think it's going to be, a significant decrease, but still, nevertheless, investors are not going to like that whatsoever, especially having such a bad week like we are having already. NASDAQ down 3.26%, S&P 500 down 2.77%, Dow Jones down 2.72%. So we have dropped substantially even since I started making this video. I have also started to hedge out my portfolio. You are seeing a total deleveraging situation going on. This margin debt situation is way out of control. You will see these margin calls, in my opinion, in the next 2 to 5 days. It takes 2 to 5 days to meet a margin call. It's not as if, these funds are getting margin called for millions of dollars and putting that money in their accounts right away. It takes time to move around this kind of money. It's going to take time for them to cover on their AMC short positions. But I would watch to see if we just stay above $30. This is going to be a wicked sell-off, guys. And what I want you guys to know is that the shorts have not covered whatsoever. So that is what you have to go off of. Nothing matters. The price does not matter with AMC until the shorts do cover. So that is the current situation. I do have a hedge on Snapchat. A pretty big hedge, up $110. If you guys want to be notified in real time every time a trade is bought or sold, especially right now, this could be a very good tool to have in your back pocket, then definitely check that out. Link down below in the description. We do it all: day trade, swing trade, and make long-term investments. It is going to get very bloody in the overall markets. It is only Monday, guys, so brace yourselves. We could see a further sell-off in AMC, just to be real with you. But as long as apes do not sell, we hold our conviction and watch the data here. We are going to win in the end. So drop that like on the video, as well as consider subscribing to the channel for more videos like this. Hit that notification bell if you guys want to be notified in real time when these videos are uploaded. Hopefully you guys have a better understanding what is going on with AMC, what I expect to happen as well. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.